Welcome to the podcast, Claim Your Excellent Life, with your host, Suzanne Kellner-Zinck, where she helps professional women learn how to be happy. Suzanne will teach you how to do this through building high self-esteem, relaxation and calm, and good, healthy relationships. Tune in every week as Suzanne shares effective strategies to help you claim your excellent life with happiness techniques, self-esteem building exercises, relationship tips, and relaxation information. Make sure to head over to dawningvisions.com to subscribe to the newsletter to receive your keys to happiness, as well as other useful free gifts for you.
In this episode of Claim Your Excellent Life, we are speaking about how hypnosis works based on studies of the brain. Because in this day and age, with MRIs and brain scans, we can see which part of the brains are actually being stimulated or not while someone's in trance state, otherwise known as the hypnotic state. The information that I'm going to be sharing with you is based on an article that was written by Dennis Thompson called Are You Getting Sleepy?, which was published in Health Day, July 28th, 2016. So it's very recent if you're listening in July of 2016 or shortly thereafter. The article is based on research that was done by Dr. David Siegel, who is the Associate Chair of Psychiatry at Stanford University School of Medicine. He really wanted to demonstrate that hypnosis is a real neurobiological phenomenon that deserves attention. As he states, and I quote, "We haven't been using our brains as well as we can. It's like an app on your iPhone you haven't used before, and it gets your iPhone to do all these cool things you didn't know it could do." Well, I'm here to let you know that hypnosis has been around since the ancient days, and the body, mind, and spirit were all taken into consideration when healing work was done. It was done with the Greeks in their Greek temples, where people were given lots of food and drink, allowed to sleep, and they also had, I guess, like shaman-type people doing hypnotic trancing with them. It goes back to the Egyptians and the Indians as well. So this is something that's been around for many hundreds and even thousands of years. We know from Dr. Esdell in the 1800s when he was doing amputations of soldiers with only hypnosis. We didn't even know bacteria existed. We didn't know that anything called anesthesia was available because it hadn't been invented yet. And yet he had a 95% cure rate for his amputees. So something is really amazing when our mind can work in this way. So let's check out what it is that's actually going on in the mind or in the brain to allow the state of hypnosis, otherwise known as a trance state, to actually occur. They studied 57 people, 36 of whom displayed a real high level of hypnotic susceptibility, while another 21 didn't appear to be very hypnotizable. Using MRIs, the researchers measured the subject's brain activity, detecting changes in their blood flow. They did this while they were resting, when recalling a memory, and when exposed to a message intended to induce a hypnotic trance. They noted that the highly susceptible people experienced 3 distinct brain changes while hypnotized that weren't present when they were out of trance. And these changes weren't detected in the brains of those with low hypnotic ability. The first thing that they noticed was a decrease in activity in the area called the dorsal anterior cingulate. This is the part of the brain that helps us to compare context and describe what's worth worrying about, and of course what's not. Hypnotized people also experience an increase in the connections between the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex and the insula. The prefrontal cortex helps us to do planning and to carry out the task, while the insula helps the mind connect with the body. Now, Spiegel talks about the fact that we know that people in hypnosis can alter things like gastric acid secretion, heart rate, blood pressure, and skin conductance. I know as a hypnotist that there's many changes that the body can make, especially when we're working with people pre- and post-surgical, when we want to get them to get the blood out of the surgical field so the surgeon can see what he or she is doing, have them be relaxed so they can heal a lot quicker, and follow suggestions for post-operative care that their surgeons have given them to aid in the healing. It's really quite amazing what people can do with a mind if they know how to use their mind, or in this case, the brain, because we're noticing that these are the changes that happen in the physical organ we know as the brain. People in hypnosis also have reduced connections between task-oriented dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, which is really the brain's default mode network. It's the part of the brain that's active while you're daydreaming, rather than focusing on the outside world. And in fact, daydreaming is a form of hypnosis. Why does this matter? It matters because the decreasing connectivity likely represents a disconnect between someone's actions and their awareness of their actions. It is what allows the hypnotic subject to engage in activities suggested by the hypnotist without being self-conscious of the activity. And this is certainly something that if you go to stage shows, you see. The hypnotic subjects don't care about what you think. They're just taking the suggestions and acting on them. That's really all it's about. They're bypassing all of the reasons, the rationalizations, the judgments that we would have if we're working inside the conscious mind, which is why using hypnosis to treat people, especially with psychological issues, is a very wonderful thing to be able to do. They're in a state of altered awareness, and when they come out of their trance state, what happens is they feel lighter and brighter. Certainly they're relaxed. They might feel sleepy because hypnosis is a state of relaxation after all. And they just feel better, having let go of all that stuff that was creating such problems for them previously. A hypnotized person is intensely focused, but they don't worry about what they're doing. They're not worried about evaluating instructions because they're just following the instructions. They have more direct connection between their minds and the physical function of their bodies. And I would also say, working with people and their emotional issues, they're able to more easily understand and put together the reasons why they're doing those things that they're doing or not doing the things that they say they want to do in the hypnotic state, something that's very hard for them to recognize in the conscious state. We know as hypnotists that people can stop smoking pretty easily if they've made a decision to do so. We know that people can use hypnosis to help them to follow through with their goals of losing weight, to exercise more, eat more appropriately. And I know when I have people who need to study for tests or to be able to relax more or do whatever it is that they need to do. It's all so much easier when you're using the hypnotic mind. We also know that pretty much all disease is caused by stress. One cannot be stressed if they're in the relaxed state called hypnosis. So it's very important for people, especially those people like myself who find doing meditation boring and, well, not really willing to practice. I need to have my brain engaged, thank you very much. Learning self-hypnosis or listening to guided visualizations, which are, in fact, hypnosis induction recordings, one can find themselves in a rather relaxed state, able to de-stress, bring a lot of health and healing to themselves. I hope that you had found this to be of some useful note in your life, and perhaps you will look more into having hypnosis done if you're having any sort of habit, thought, or behavior that is making your life more difficult than it needs to be. And by the way, for those of you who are suffering with anxiety, hypnosis is so easy to help you let go of the anxiety. Post-traumatic stress, really easy to help you let go of that too. All medication-free. You can check out the Dawning Visions Hypnosis website to find out lots of information about hypnosis and neurolinguistic programming and something called timeline therapy, which are all hypnotic vehicles, modalities, and how I might be able to help you heal whatever is creating problems in your life. The website is DAWNING, V as in Victor, IS as in Sam, IONS.com. Or feel free to call me for information. 781-315-1719. That is a Massachusetts cell phone number. I am now located in California, but I work with people all over the world through Skype, so it's very easy to make it work should you choose to. Go ahead and get some help for yourself. I did, and my life is a hell of a lot better than it was beforehand. As always, I thank you for taking your time with me. Until next time. If you have found the information that we have shared with you here on Claim Your Excellent Life to be helpful and interesting, please do us a favor of giving us a rating on iTunes. We hope it will be 5 stars, as well as a review. Doing both these acts will move the podcast up in the ratings on iTunes so more people will be able to find us. Also, please do us the favor of letting your friends and colleagues know about this podcast so they too can gain the knowledge that we're sharing here. We'd like as many people as possible to learn from what we have to give here. And we thank you for your time and effort in doing so.
Thank you for listening to the podcast, Claim Your Excellent Life, with your host, Suzanne Kellner-Zinck, where she helps professional women learn how to be happy. Suzanne teaches you how to do this through building high self-esteem, relaxation and calm, and good, healthy relationships. Tune in every week as Suzanne shares effective strategies to help you claim your excellent life with happiness techniques, self-esteem building exercises, relationship tips, and relaxation information. Make sure to head over to dawningvisions.com to subscribe to the newsletter to receive your keys to happiness, as well as other useful free gifts for you.